steel cage match for the Impact World Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, representing OVE. He is the Callihan Death Machine. And hashtag the draw,
Sami Callihan bullied his way into this main event championship rematch inside the confines of a steel cage. Donnie showed up to the AXS studios. He demanded that Brian Cage defend the championship or he was going to harm Cage's baby daughter. While mom and dad were at work, Brian Cage acquiesced, gave Sami Callihan what he wanted, and we're moments away from a steel cage main event world championship match right now.
And his opponent, from Chico, California, he is the Impact World Champion, the Machine, Brian Cage.
I'm gonna rip you limb. Oh
God!
From limb is what Brian Cage told Sami Callihan last Tuesday night.
Callihan not waiting. He drop kicked the Cage right into Brian Cage's face, but Cage, look out now!
Oh!
Powerbomb into the steel. And this thing has started hot, Josh.
The strategy of Sami Callihan has backfired. This match won't officially get underway until both men are inside the steel cage.
Look at him raking that face right across the steel, Josh.
And once they get inside, the referees will lock the door. You can win by pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage. Either go,
You just lawn darted Callihan. And with the bad blood you talked about. Callihan broke a bottle on Melissa Santos' head. Callihan pile drove Melissa Santos. Callihan threatened the child of Brian Cage. He's got all of this coming and more, in my opinion. Nice counter. Give the devil his due.
Sami Callihan was defeated at Bound for Glory, but he had OVE waiting outside the new home of Brian Cage and Melissa Santos. Sami has locked him. Don, what's the strategy here?
Well, he's locking himself in because he's getting his ass handed to him. And I mean, can Cage get counted out here? I don't even know. But Callihan clearly feels pretty comfortable right now. He doesn't think Cage is too big. Cage is too big to climb the cage, but I guess he's wrong.
Sami Callihan needs to turn around. Now Sami Callihan's been locked inside the steel cage. There's the bell that we've been waiting for. This championship match is officially underway.
How about Brian Cage climb that thing like he was 160 pounds? What athleticism.
Don, does that answer the question if Cage can go over the top to escape this structure tonight?
He doesn't want to. He's got to win this by pinfall. This is what he needs to do tonight.
Sami Callihan fights for the powerbomb, looking for the pump kick. What a match these two had. What a war they had in Chicago at Bound for Glory. It continues here tonight in Windsor, Ontario, sold out at St. Clair College.
Cage just smashed his head into that supporting steel beam. And look at that, bat shot. That's what almost blinded Eddie Edwards and started the Callihan Death Machine rampage just over a year and a half ago.
And remember in the first couple minutes, oh, Don, did you see that? The vest of Sami Callihan actually reads Melissa.
That's sick. That's twisted. That's Sami Callihan.
What a disgusting human being. He's trying to play mind games with with Brian Cage. Trying to get a look at the forehead of Brian Cage. Don, is he busted open?
Cage is busted open. He hit that supporting beam, and I think maybe what did the damage was the bat, Josh.
Yeah, and it looked like Cage was trying to hide the wound from Sami Callihan, so Callihan couldn't see it. Now Sami smells blood in the water like a shark. First main event here on AXS TV for Impact Wrestling, and now Brian Cage is, caught up. Don, we talked about what it was for Sami Callihan to get busted open at Bound for Glory. It's the reverse here tonight.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they started at Bound for Glory. Callihan got bit by Brian Cage. Now Cage has been hit with a bat, and Cage is busted open. Now, when you're the size of Brian Cage, losing blood means less oxygen. Means less oxygen to the muscles. it's going to affect Brian Cage a lot. Look at Callihan gouging with his fingers.
Sami Callihan was biting the wound of the world champion Brian Cage and is now lighting him up.
Look at this sick, twisted son of a bitch.
Callihan wearing the blood of the world champion Brian Cage. These two had a conversation on social media about this match tonight. I tell you what they said, but it was filled with F-bombs.
Callihan is like got a laser target pointed on that head. Look at the blood from Cage's head.
Never seen Brian Cage busted open like this before.
Ugly. That is ugly. He is busted wide open, and it's going into his eyes. The referee's going to have to keep track of that, Josh.
Now think about how different Brian Cage must be feeling tonight than at the conclusion of Bound for Glory, standing with his wife on his shoulder with the championship raised high above his head. Don, that must seem like a million years ago.
Callihan going downstairs to the midsection of Brian Cage, trying to rob him of oxygen. Measuring his man. And Cage's head went right off the back of the steel, and look at the machine coming back.
Look at the eyes of Brian Cage. He's incensed right now. Don, that's it. Whoa.
Oh, Lord. Callihan just spat, and Cage spat right back at him.
Sami Callihan closes the gap quickly, and Callihan again crushes the body of Brian Cage. Cage might have avoided disaster there. It was Sami Callihan's face that went off the steel cage. This championship match continues on AXS TV right after this. And we showed you the history between Brian Cage and Sami Callihan before this match. Don mentioned how vile and disgusting and violent Callihan is. Go check out Impact Wrestling's official YouTube channel for our newer audience members. You can see how nasty Callihan really is.
Oh, he's a piece of work.
Who will get to their feet first in this Steel Cage World Championship match? Both men up.
Oh gosh.
Callihan got caught. Brian Cage eats a boot.
Jumping knee.
Go!
Oh, huge slap. Look at this.
Sami Callihan's lighting up the champion now. This disgusting human
Massive
being.
slaps. Missed the discus.
Callihan!
Huge lariat by Callihan.
Sami Callihan covering new champion here in Windsor, and a kick out at two.
Just that close. Multiple strikes from Callihan. Cage is a heavy hitter. All it takes is one. Callihan has to put together combinations, Josh.
Sami Callihan may look like some thug you see on the street, but Don, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Great wrestler, double tough, huge piece of garbage in my opinion.
Callihan off the ropes now. Oh, another big-time clothesline.
Callihan got all of that.
Not all of this cover, though, and Cage kicks out at two.
Cage still got that belligerent look on his face. He's not giving up. You're not taking the title from Brian Cage with a lariat, in my opinion. Callihan's gonna have to dig deep, Josh.
And if you're wondering if Sami Callihan can beat Brian Cage, once upon a time, Cage was undefeated. He was actually defeated for the first time ever by Sami Callihan. He says that.
He got it! He got it! He got the pile driver!
Calls that the Cactus Special. Hooks the outside leg, and Brian Cage kicked out at one.
One count! We've seen this before, and watch out, Callihan!
You can't keep down the machine. Cage is up first.
Terminator clap, ringing out in Windsor. Powerbomb.
Looking for another one.
Buckle ball by Cage, all power there.
Challenger's in trouble.
Calling for the drill claw. If he hits it, it's over.
The cradle, shoulders down. Sami Callihan was that close.
What a wrestling move by Callihan.
Oh! Sami went low. Caught him in the ear.
Another one.
Then in the jaw.
Cage is helpless, Josh.
He's talking trash from his knees.
6, 7 strikes. And Callihan is hooking him.
Sami Callihan got him again with a pile driver.
He's still got him. He's still got him.
This is the third pile driver.
Oh, God.
On
Damn
the
it.
head.
Come on.
Callihan looking for a fourth.
Cage is out on his feet.
Been dropped on his head.
Oh, Lord, he spiked it.
4 times. Sami Callihan is about to become your new world Brian Cage.
What is that, 4 pile drivers? Cage really is a machine. Tonight at least, he's not human.
The blood of the champion has been spilled in Windsor, Ontario.
Cage trash-talking Callihan. He can't even stand up. He's saying, I'm not done. Is that all you got?
4 pile drivers. Everything Sami Callihan has.
Man, they're both leaving it all in the ring, as they should, with a world title on the line.
What a main event. A 5th pile driver, Brian Cage!
Wow!
Alabama slam!
Oh, out of his boots! Discus!
Brian Cage retains the championship, and no, says the challenger.
Callihan just rolled through and got that shoulder up.
Don, was there too much space and separation there on the cover?
I think Cage, after those pile drivers, gotta be feeling it all the way down his spine to his extremities.
We've called him the Terminator, we've called him Weapon X, he is the machine. Brian Cage trying to retain his title here tonight.
Terminator clap again. These people are feeling that Cage is maybe on the verge.
Brian Cage on the top rope, he's not trying to escape. And Sami Callihan with a wicked slap across the face.
This is not exactly familiar territory for Callihan up on the top rope. But he's headbutting into that cut, which is sound strategy.
It's been nearly 2 years since we've had a steel cage match.
This is just brutal. The noise of those headbutts sounds like someone taking a baseball bat to an oak tree.
And Sami Callihan somehow still on his feet.
What is this now? What is this?
Is he gonna pile? Hey, pile
Pile
driver!
driver off the top turnbuckle, my God!
Sami Callihan turns the champion over. Brian Cage is down. The machine is out. And Sami Callihan is world champion. Introduce the world to Impact Wrestling on AXS TV. Sami Callihan has become world champion.
Shocking turn of events here. I had Brian Cage winning this match all the way in my prediction. Say what you will about that man. He wrestled his ass off tonight. He left it all in the ring, and he's your new world champion.
Brian Cage was done with Sami Callihan, vanquished his villain. Batman was done with the Joker. And then Sami Callihan upped the ante. As we take another look at Sami Callihan's 5th and final pile driver off the second. 3 seconds later, Sami Callihan has become world. What? She has shattered glass ceilings. She's had issues with Callihan for months. He cost her the opportunity to be #1 contender for the world title. It's Tessa Blanchard.
Look at this. She didn't wait, Josh. He just won the world title. Covered in sweat and blood, and Tessa Blanchard is in the house.